All right. Thank you. I hope that everyone is getting ready for the festive period.
Hmm.
I could see that as well through how many people are not coming. But today we want to learn how to speak and how to be listened to because that's the most important. And we have the pleasure to have Bio to present that. And I hope that everyone will be using the technique that they learned from the book to listen to him attentively. Beyond, you have the floor.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you
Beautiful.
see?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to start now. Okay, the four essential keys to effective communication presented by me. Okay,
Mhm.
so about the author. Bento Leal III is a communication expert and an author who has dedicated his career to helping people improve their communication skills. With a background in psychology and a passion for personal development, Leal has written several books on the topic, including the one I'm presenting right now. His, his work provides practical strategies and techniques for building stronger connections and achieving success in various areas of life. In four essential keys to communication in love, life, work, anywhere, we introduce the four essential keys to effective communication: validation, empathy, assertiveness, and self expression. Leal explains that these keys are crucial in all aspects of our lives, including our relationships, work, and personal growth. Leal begins by discussing the importance of validation, which involves acknowledging and accepting the feelings and perspectives of others. He emphasized that validation doesn't necessarily mean agreement, but rather understanding and respect. He provides practical techniques for validating others, such as active listening and using validating language. The next key, empathy, is explored in depth. Leal explains that empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. He provides strategies for developing empathy, such as putting ourselves in others' shoes and practicing non judgmental listening. Leal also highlights the importance of self empathy, or understanding and accepting our own feelings and experiences. Leal then moves on to assertiveness, which he defines as the ability to express our thoughts, feelings, and needs in direct and respectful manner. He discusses the common misconceptions about assertiveness and provides practical tips for developing the skill. He emphasized that assertiveness is crucial for setting boundaries, resolving conflicts, and building healthy relationships. And the last, self expression, is introduced as the ability to express our thoughts, feelings, and needs honestly and openly. Leal explains that self expression is closely linked to assertiveness and emphasizes the importance of being authentic in our communication. He provides techniques for improving self expression, such as using I statements and expressing emotions effectively. And, and throughout the book, Leal emphasized the interconnectedness of these four aspects and their role in effective communication. He provides numerous real life examples and practical exercises to help readers apply these keys in daily interactions. He also addresses the common communication barriers, such as defensiveness and passive aggressiveness, and offers ways for overcoming them. And in the latter parts, Leo focuses on applying the four essential keys in specific areas of our lives, such as relationships and personal growth. He discusses how these keys can improve our relationships by fostering understanding, trust, and intimacy. Leo also explains how effective communication can enhance our professional success by improving teamwork, leadership, and conflict resolution. Now, in conclusion, The four essential keys to effective communication, love, life, work, and anywhere, provides a comprehensive guide to improving our communication skills. By mastering the four keys, we can build stronger relationships and achieve greater success in our careers and foster personal growth and well-being. You have reached the end.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you, Beyond.
Oh, Lordy.
We
yes.
5 minutes.
we can give him Guinness record of that.
Great job, Beyond. Great job.
Yeah,
Awesome job.
yeah,
No,
Awesome.
definitely. I mean, you are using the fact that in this book he has as well to be clear. So it's not the fact that talking too much or bringing words together that's making as a good communication. So definitely we thank you on that one, and thank you as well for helping us to be effective in our communication. And on that, I will let anyone who want to go. What I could ask the next person to say is to take one of the key and also give any misusage of that. Let me be clear here. Let's say that you take a key that the person was not clear, and you can give an example of any person that we might know, saying that, oh, this person doesn't speak clearly, or yeah, this person speak clearly because of this. So we can learn from that example as well. On that, I let the next person to who want to go.
Um, I'll wait a little bit.
Okay, let me call people then if no one wants to go. I call Fred Tuma.
Okay.
So I would like to give a special thank to Beyond for the clarity on his presentation. And also, as we know how short it is, right? It's not talking too long that make a real communication an effective one. So, and throughout the presentation, it was clear what he was saying. So I would like to give you that, shot to say thank you for, you know, letting us know or show us how to present, at least to be short, even though we speak English as second or third language. Now coming back to the book, I'm more interested in the empathy side of the communication. But first, I have a question for the presenter, but anyone can answer. Is my question is, what is communication, and how do we communicate? Those are my two questions. Now, going back a little bit to the empathy side of the book, like they say in the book, is um, when you're talking, also you have to read. But maybe I'm going too far because my question is how to communicate, and communicate is not only talking, right? We communicate so many ways. It might be verbal, it might be sign language, sign, it might be with the eyes, it might be some way, right? You might write a message and leave it, and the person read it, right? Every time we're driving by and we saw a sign and they put something on it, and we spend time to read it, it's a communication. That is one-way communication. So, beyond, I still have my question for you: is what is communication, and what are the way for communication? And I'll come back about my empathy after I get the answer to my question. But
Oh,
anyway, anyone can support and answer.
okay, thank you, Fred Thomas. And as we are not full room today, you can still come back and develop your empathy as you are saying.
Mhm.
And let's jump to who wants to go.
You selecting?
Oh,
Okay, I'll go with. I don't want to scare Roland.
He left.
Hmm.
He left.
The
No, no,
thing show
no,
Roland
no,
left.
no, no. He didn't leave. We might put it on internet connection.
Or maybe he disconnect. His thing
Yes,
disconnect.
yes.
Okay.
So we go with Fred Charlemagne.
Yes, I would love to go. However, I'm working and I'm almost at the office. If you
Okay,
could let
okay,
somebody go to
okay,
avoid the distraction or noise of cars around me. Okay,
okay. Thank you. Thank you
I'll
for
be there
making us
shortly.
Okay.
know.
I can
No
go
problem.
quickly.
Okay, Sister
So
Colomb.
first of all, I want to thank Beyond for presenting for the great presentation and putting the book, all this book together for us in 5 minutes. And that was very explicit and to the point. So for me, the all four essential keys of communication are very, very important. And for me, the one, the assertiveness is the one that I struggle with too much. From this book club, I learn to listen more and to empathize more on communication. But the assertiveness is something I have to work on and learn more and practice more in my communication with people. So that is good. And on the other side, if I want to answer Thomas' question that says what are the ways of communication, I believe there are multiple ways of communication, right? We have the oral communication, we have a verbal, we have a non-verbal communications as well, which are sometimes louder than verbal communication. So
So what is communication first?
communication is a way of conveying a message, right? For me, it's a way, a method of conveying, like, yeah, a message to a person or a group.
Okay.
So and for that I will stop for now. I can come back with more answer.
Did you have any good communicator that you can use the four key to tell us about?
uh, a good communicator, you say?
Yeah, using one of these key so that we can picture it in our mind.
Oh well, I have a one of the leader in my workplace
Mm,
who use the listening.
mm,
I believe the listening is the most important, because sometimes people just talk, 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 talk. But when you take time to
mm,
just listen, whatever they ask for, they got
mm.
the answer from whatever they're saying, right?
That's true.
Sometimes you have to just pause and
Hmm.
listen and knowledge the
That's true.
they they word and knowledge they feeling, knowledge what they want to say. So as you listening,
Mm,
sometimes they get the answer from what they're saying, and you don't even have to say more to answer them or to give them the solution from what they're saying. So I believe that listening part that I got from these leaders kind of touched me
mm.
out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Can we go with
Thank you, Tata Colom.
And you
of
welcome.
This is the thing to be on.
I said thank you.
yeah, she said I was
You'll be all for the great presentation.
she even mentioned how many minutes he spent for us.
Yes.
He want to pull your leg. Beyond, do you
Right.
Mhm.
Beyond, do you want to add anything that Dad was asking about communication ways, different ways to do we use to communicate? Do you have something on that?
Well, to communicate is to get a message across, and you can Use any message to get that message across, whether it
Mm.
be by talking, writing, using the environment, anything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Talking,
Uh,
writing. Yeah.
yeah. I'll go to Frere Roland.
Hello. Okay. Hello from California.
Hi.
You're not
Okay.
far from me
Hello.
then.
Yes. Hello from California. But beyond, I thank you for the great presentation you give to us. And every time, every day is very nice to hear something you think that you master very well to hear another sound as you did now. Then I learned something from my nephew, Bignon, and and you did it very shortly, briefly. You went to the essential. Then for me, um, the communication is a way we use, usually commonly we use, and the society expecting communication suppose that you have minimum two parties, like the two parts. The first one is the emitter, the person who emits the sound, emit one action. It can be a sound, it can be a body language, it can be by reading, then by the reading. And the
Right.
second part, the receiver. The second part is a receiver. And when you communicate, a good communication means that you need to expect a feedback from the receiver.
Thank you for
Then
mentioning that.
Yeah.
to make a flux of the a flux between then action called a reaction. Then the feedback, if you it depends on what you emit. If it's instruction and you treat a clearly way, beyond mention, as beyond mentioned, is a clearly way you mention you emit the action, you supposed to receive a big feedback, but you don't do it a great way, you don't receive any feedback or you receive a wrong feedback because when you want to express, you don't express the things the good way, the reaction can also be bad. You see, then a reason why in any business as manager or even like even you have the small role in the hierarchy, then in the chains, then that means that you need to have a small kills from in a communication to know how being really how become really effective, useful for your society, for your business, anywhere you are for the society. Then communication is very, very the key of a lot of success. The people, if if you don't have um, good communication issue, then even your body language can be a blockage, a kind of thing that will not be effective for your whole success. And people they will have a prejudice. They'll prejudice you. They'll have a they give a stamp on you. People see that someone very bad, not effective for the society. It can be negative for you. Then um, this kind of um, a topic very very important for our capacity building. And I thank my nephew Beyond for his the talk he gave us in this way. Like what I want to say. Thank you again.
Thank you,
Thank
Roland.
you,
Thank you.
Roland.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sir Roland.
I think Roland adds something that is very, very important.
Yeah.
That
The receiving.
yeah, that's the feedback from the receiver, because there are message that we send to this how to the world, to the space, thinking one day it might come across with alien. But if we never heard anything from them, we will never say that we make a communication. So the feedback is very, very important. Thank you, Roland, for pointing out that one. Thank you. And Shupi, do you want to go?
Yes.
Mhm.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Hi.
Yuki.
Thank you, Bion, for your great presentation. Thank you so much. And when I read the book,
Mhm.
uh, I find or I recognize myself in what the author was saying, especially when the author said it's not good to interrupt someone when they are speaking. uh,
Myself included. Yeah.
Thomas is a champion on that one.
So you already know where she's going, isn't it? As the book says.
Mhm.
Actual interrupts.
We all share that trait. Yes, keep
yeah.
going. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And when he said we should listen attentively without trying to formulate a response while they are still speaking,
Mhm.
because when someone start talking to talk and I don't like what they saying, or he just puts one word, I can just focus on this word and without listening all of thing after that. So I really I was very happy to read this book, because I think this book helped me to know or to recognize I don't have a good uh, communication. And I said, or I mm,
You can say it in French, eh? We are here. We can. We
Yeah.
know. We
uh,
know French. We can help you.
I made a promises to myself and say
Mhm.
I want to uh, comment dire, je me suis promis en fait de une souris. Je me suis promis de faire les différentes étapes là, de me coacher par rapport à la bonne communication afin de pouvoir régler ce problème par rapport aux autres. Donc
Now
c'est un
say
peu
it
ça.
in
Okay.
English.
So
Just
it's
say
in
it in
Mhm.
English
English.
now.
Any way
Now,
come to you.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Uh, I made a promise to myself
Mm-hmm.
and said it's really important for me
Mm-hmm.
to have a good communication. So I have to practice. Hold on.
Just keep going.
All the keys, all the
Yeah,
steps.
all this step.
Great job. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
love. Thank
Don't.
Wow,
you.
do a job,
And
Yeah.
Sophie.
Thank
Don't
you.
doubt.
Shupi, I should ask you,
Mhm.
looking backward, how do you feel now compared from the day one that your dad took you to this meeting? You were so anxious. How do you feel now? Is there any improvement?
Yes, a lot of improvement
Okay,
because
so you had to go and buy a live chicken for your dad now.
okay.
You are the man.
Well, that is a chicken for Christmas.
Awesome.
Is what we normally eat in Africa, live chicken.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Shupi. I'm glad for you. And as we told you at the beginning, everyone crossed this path. Everyone had the same issue. I remember when I was in London to make a call, I had to write everything down. Everything. Oh, if they call, if they say this one, and I'll write it before. If I miss that paper, I cannot make that call. So don't worry, you'll get there.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, thank you. And the last person is Charlie before I'll go and take my part and close the meeting. If any other person want to jump in, you're welcome as well. So Charlie, you have the floor.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who intervened before me. I'm so glad that the presentation has been smooth, clear, and much larger than it used to be, and it has come with more precision. I was so happy the way he took his time, spoke with Tata Colom said that she struggled with the assertiveness, but he was assertive. He showed that he had control over what he was saying, and it was really, really nice. And this same stress that we all had at the beginning, I noticed it in his way of presenting before, where he just read through it, in a blink. But this time he was pausing nicely. He was, saying that moving to the next a key feature of the book. Then the author presented it this way, and what he thinks, he also said it. It was so nice. I really applaud him for that, and thank you so much for such a brief presentation, but very precise and clear. Now, coming back to the questions, there were two questions. Fred Arun wanted us to take each of or one aspect of the four essential keys that the author spoke about. And Fred Thomas spoke about the meaning of communication and how do we uh, how could we define it or present it? I think when it comes to the second part, when it, communication, almost everybody talk about what it is, but it is such a very large or how do I say, a huge field or that has so many meaning that it will be very difficult to fully define or explain what it is. But in short, it is to send it, get the message across and receiving the feedback. And there is no communication when the loop is not closed, which means that when the message is sent across and the receiving message is not or has not been received, we don't have a full communication. So that is what I think. But coming to Fred Arun's question, I could say that I quickly thought of one person precisely when I was reading it, and it comes to clarity. I remember the President Obama. He speaks slowly but clearly. He chooses his words very carefully. And most of the time, if you pay attention to him, whatever he says, he repeats it in other words. So I look into him when it comes to clarity, and I could say that yes, he's a very clear communicator. And I could add the other two figures when it comes to other keys like being assertive. For example, I could take our current president, even if he has no clue of what he's talking about, he shows this kind of confidence, very assertive when he's speaking, and repeat it. He could make we in a way we try to avoid saying a lie here, but what is not true, he
Is
could make it appear to be true
sorry
by
to
repeating and
sorry to
insisting.
sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you. Those are not lies. They are alternative facts. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Then alternative facts, he present it in a way that people who already like him will engage or how do I say, will receive it wholeheartedly and then take it as a fact right away. people who don't, even if you reject it the first time, he will keep saying it over and over and over and over with no hesitation, with no sign of a lack of truth in what he's saying, in a way that you could see he pounded on the same thing over and over to get it across, regardless how you are taking it. But my favorite one is Oprah, who has a very nice way of presenting things, and she is so assertive. And you don't even put, whenever I listen to Oprah, I don't put in effort to pay attention to her, because she captures your your attention fully, and she makes it so empathic. As we are seeing anyone she had on her show, you could see that she try to put herself in the shoes of the person or anyone who may be listening to her. She tried to make it so nice and welcoming in a way that it is quite interesting to listen to her. So those are the things that I would like to say about this. But coming to empathy, empathic communication that we learn, I will also hold on to my point. I just have one of the exercises that he said that I did, and I really love it, and I'll come back to it after we all, go over, or we open up the floor to better and easier communication. Okay, and my applaud uh, to Shupi. I'm so happy the way she's doing. I'm so I'm really I feel gratified that she has accepted to join, and she's making a lot of improvement. And it sounds so beautiful to listen to her voice, and I would love her to say more and present more as we go. And I'm so happy also how quickly she adjusted and became more confident in talking. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
No
thank
problem.
you, thank you, Law. Let me quickly go again on my turn to talk about the book. I will start by rethinking again Beyond of his. I think he's taking some advantage that we don't have. The advantage of mastering the language, the
Yeah.
confidence of pronouncing words,
Yeah.
because sometimes we have the word and we have to think twice or translate it from French to English in our head before we go ahead. So on
That
that
is
one,
true.
you have that advantage, and thank you for doing good job. And for my question, I'll go with listening and empathy. And most of the time, there's a confusion in my head sometimes between empathy and sympathy. So I was driving, which is not good to do, but I say I was listening to the book and I stopped the book and say, I asked Gemini and say, can you give me some way to remember it so that I don't get confused with these two words, especially the mnemonic way to retain them? And he said, oh, let's put it in this way. He gave me one and I didn't like, but I will give you the second that he gave me. He said, empathy and sympathy is like a bridge that you are across the bridge and you see the other person and you are waving him and say, oh, I understand your emotion. I understand your emotion. By doing that, you are doing sympathy. But if you are crossing the road, the emotion bridge toward the other person, feeling the emotion that he has, it means that you are empathizing his emotion. You are putting yourself in his shoes to do that. I say, oh, that's a good way to do it. And later when I was thinking about it, I say, oh, to practice empathy, you have to be empty. You have to make yourself empty and incorporate the other person emotion. So on that one, I think I will never forget the the thing again between how the confusion between sympathy and empathy. And listening is very, very important as well. I used to be champion on not listening to any co-worker who come to my office. No, trust me, I'm not making it, to be honest. And when you come, my hand is on my keyboard and I'm still trying to type, which means that I don't even listen 10% of what they are telling me. Until I went to a training, is a company-wide organized training, and the guy insists on listening, because he gave us a test, and you had to listen carefully before you can find a solution. Otherwise, you tell something else. And since then, I realized that anytime that they come to my office and they want to talk to me, even to joke, I had to remove my hand from the keyboard and pay 100% attention to them. And as Sister Colomb says, their question, most of the time, they are giving the answer to their own question. You
Yeah.
just listen to it and give them back to them, and they say, "Oh, thank you. I know that when you come, I come here now, you find me the solution." But he's only in from,
It don't listen.
and then you are now the nice person according to how to win friends and influence people. You let them
That
talk,
is true.
yeah, and give them back to them, and you are the nice person to know how to communicate. So on that one, and the person that I always trying to, I never study him thoroughly, but that gave me that confidence or that clarity that I mentioned here is the former UK Prime
Tony,
Minister
Tony Blair.
Tony Blair.
Mhm.
Oh, he sell
Yeah.
you back your own pants without, you might not even know that you are buying your own pants. So yeah, and as I said, sometimes if these people want, they have a bad intention, they can put the whole world into bad corner. Is what we learned from Iraq war, what they how they sell back to us, and we just ate it. We just bought it like that, and later we found out that it was not true. For the communication, I think everyone says everything about the communication is a way of sending message or to convey message, and we have different way to get there. And one of the old way to do it was people was how do they say it? Uh, Horn. They were blowing horn to communicate. They were
Mm.
beating drums to communicate. They were using fire to communicate. You understand? They were using a lot. Nowadays we
Mhm.
don't remember those things. There was a Morse code, that there was telex, there was cell phone, how not there were, but there is cell phone now, internet, email, all these are way of communication. But I will insist again on Roland suggestion that we have to have the feedback. And I always say that with my kids, most of the time you send them a text message and they will not even mm, tell you that they read it until you, and I say, yes, you saw it, tell me. It wasn't it wasn't a communication, it was one-way communication. To be a communication, it has to be two-way. You have to give me the feedback. Just put K. Oh, when I saw that K, I know that, oh, you read it. But you don't do anything, how am I going to know? So that's important on that one, the feedback. And on that, I finish and I'll let the floor again because we have about 18 minutes. If anyone want to get on, I think that Thomas has some to tell us. So
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for the different aspect of the presentation and the support and the comments, right? If I go back just a little bit with the last from Nasif around when people come to their office and you remove your hands from the keyboard, right? Like
Mm.
if you're on the cell phone typing and someone is talking to you and you continue typing, it means you're not listening to them. Because the brain can only do one thing at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. There
Mm-hmm.
is no way, there is nothing such as a multi task. That's a waste, and you produce less, right? So now, when we take that aspect of like when you listen to them truly, and then at the end, you find part of the answer to the problem in what they told you is what the media, right? The religious people
Mm-hmm.
use when you go and you talk, and then they will tell you this is your problem, right? Because the answer was always with you, but you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But when they just keep silent and you put everything on the table, they put the dot and then they say, okay, this is your solution. But you already clearly define the empathy side. It's kind of a difficult topic because you're putting yourself in someone else's shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people are like lazy. People are not doing what they're supposed to do, right? And the society doesn't accept that. But maybe if we were in their shoes, if we've been through the same situation, what they've been through, the places, the family history, the thing that happened, we might be doing whatever they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a, a, a free check to accept laziness, to accept people who are not available to face the challenge of life. It's not, but empathy is, if I was there, if I've been there, I might be doing the same thing. For that reason, I'll be patient a little bit to understand a little more what is going on here, right? Someone is driving in front of you and they're very slow, but you're in hurry, but they're very slow. But you don't know the story. You don't know why they're driving slow. So when you use empathy a little bit as a religious person, you slow down yourself and you might ask yourself, I might be doing that, right? And that's the way you start using empathy to take time to listen to people, to not go too quick in judgment, right? Someone is, because later you regret. You go in judgment and later you hear the whole story. And about story, we have a meditation club at the work. I don't get a chance to practice because usually it's 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. I get to work at 7:30. And one of the meditation topics, just to be off track a little bit, was one guy. One day he took a train with his son. The son would be like around 13 or 14 years. And they were in the train. And suddenly the dad put the finger out to say, a cow, a cow. And the kid will also say cow and start screaming a cow, and later the tree, anything that will show the kid also, and the kid keep repeating and they're so happy. But all of the people around, it was too much noise. It was
For
too much
them, yeah.
for them. They're making too much noise, and people were just like they get on the nerve, right? At some point, one of the people in the train talked to the dad to say, hey, it looked like something is wrong with you guy. When you get down, can you go and check with a psyche or a medium or someone to work with you
Uh,
so they can
as
fix.
as the Nigerian normally say, you are mumu.
Yeah. So they can fix the thing, and then you'll be better off because whatever you're doing, it doesn't work and it's not good for society, right? And and the dad say yes, what he say is true that since birth the boy was blind. They just left the surgery center. That's the
Oh,
first time he's
Lord.
seeing
Wow.
in his. That's the first time he's seeing in his life. He used to read. He used to do sign with hand to read. But today is the first day that
That he's
he can
seeing
he
the
can
thing
see the
truly.
thing. What is a tree look like? What a cow look like? What are these things look like? So the next time we want to go quick in judgment, we we have to wait and ask ourselves why because we don't know enough.
Mm-mm.
To judge.
to go quick in judgment. And if we start taking empathy now when we are communicating, right? The loop, the feedback, some people answer quickly, some other people answer slowly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the feedback is not always part of communication. Like reading the book, some people wrote book 200 years ago. They're no longer here, but we have the book. But they're talking to us today when we are reading the book, right? And we don't give them a feedback. We take action for ourselves, right? Communication is two-way, but it's also sometimes one way. Like when someone is driving and we see the signal, turning signal, and the clicking, it's telling us they're turning to the left. That's all it's telling us, right? But they don't need any feedback from us, but we just need to be aware of that for what we're gonna do, right? Or someone is reversing coming, is telling us something, right? It's only if we're getting too close to us that we might push our horn to let, hey, you getting too close, right? So, like Charlie said, it's a very, very wide uh, topic. Back in the day when people get lost in the jungle or somewhere like a snow area, they will put a fire and the smoke will be what gonna guide the rescue team to
Yeah.
know where they're located. And that's also it's communication, right? They're sending a message out, and the other people will follow. But I don't want to be too long, but I just want the empathy side because I've been sick, I've been through stuff, and I think the world need a little more
Patient.
patience, empathy, to understand the world around whatever is happening, it's going on with the other people we don't know. And to finish, later I will add the book. Is a book written by one guy from Benin. I think James Davis. That's his name. He used to live in Europe, and he wrote a book, Other People Life. And the book is about one guy. Every morning he will stay at one street corner I think Paris, somewhere in the corner. And he dressed the same way every morning, but clean, and he will be there watching people get to the train and whatever. And after a little while, he'll go home. But every day he is there in the morning, just watching. He doesn't say anything. He's not asking for money. And from that thing that happened, Davis was able to try to go in the imagination of that guy, and he wrote the book, Other People's Life. I'm gonna add it to the book club and we'll read later. Thank you.
And is it possible to have it online, like Amazon?
Yeah, I'll find
Because
it. I know we have it in French. I'll try to find it in English.
okay, because sometimes those books we don't have the version. I mean, easy to access that. So
Yeah,
take care in that consideration.
I'll try to find it. It's, La Vie des
That's
Autres. Yeah.
that's good.
Mhm.
That's good to know. Anyone who wants to add something on top of
No, that is really nice. The way Fred Thomas explained this empathy, and if I combine it with the analogy that Fred Arun used, it is so. When you use the bridge analogy, you see somebody on the other side of the bridge,
mhm,
and he or she is in a situation. You may sympathize by feeling, by thinking that, okay, you have understood what is going on with the person and you feel it. That is sympathizing, yes.
mhm,
But when you cross the bridge and go, if the person is drowning or the person is in fire
mhm,
or in any true situation, and you go and join the person on the other side, looking, thinking at it physically, you make the walk to the other side to join the person in the person's true shoes and feel it with him
mhm,
or her. But even if you do not go, you could still stay where you are, but cross to the person's word. And this story that you gave, somebody who was a blind person, yes, we will jump into a quick conclusion. It's I'm happy we are learning these kind of things and to start being hesitant into coming to conclusion and try now to put empathy in our word, or I particularly, because everybody said it, but sometimes I felt that I I know what is going into the other person's mind, and I just don't know. When I was listening to the book, and the guy said that he said, this is me." I said, "No, probably something is wrong with me." Because I do it way more than what probably he was talking about. When you are talking, instead of just pausing, relaxing, dropping every thinking and listening all the way to the end, we I have that tendency of quickly trying to see that, okay, I can understand with a few words and all those things. So yes, it is very good that we learn this kind of thing and then try to not only sympathize by feeling what the person is going through, but putting ourselves into their shoes, like in the shoes of this blind small boy who just recovered the sight. If you were to really imagine being a blind person for all your life till that day, and know, okay, what is a cow, what is a tree, what is this, and see it with your own eyes, you may start asking, okay, if that is tree, is this one also a tree? Or is this, okay, what about the dry one, the logs that are on the floor, the branches that are cut, are they all? So I could not imagine what was going on in that person's life. And then it just shouting and then jumping is not enough. They may even do more than that if it is the truth. And if there were to be, and that is what I felt it is lacking in what they did. Yes, they were in their own word. Yes, they were communicating among themselves, but they forgot they were communicating to other people. They may have just shared with the people, oh, this is the situation. At least the dad could have that sense to offer to everyone, like what we did. We were in Rome, for example, we were celebrating wedding and all those things, but we got everybody joined. If he were to share, oh, we are in, this is the best day of my life because my son just recovered his sight, everybody will enjoy the thing rather
Yeah.
than,
So that's I
Yeah.
usually say stuff like that too, Thomas,
oh,
more
I see.
explanation is make people cooperate more, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And then coming to what there are two key things that I picked from the empathy uh, aspect of the book, when he defined love by saying that the ability to offer or do something good for someone and then enjoy the results of having the person receiving that good. The You have the happiness of offering, and all your target is the offering, not what you are receiving. It makes it really it makes you empathize really with someone, okay, by loving wholeheartedly by this and then enjoying having the fruit of what you are offering, or enjoying from offering rather than receiving. That was key. And then I wrote it down. He did an exercise by saying that we should tell ourselves this, and I wrote it down. But he said that tell yourself that I am unique, special, and valuable. There is no one like me in the whole world. I am one of the kind with my unique talents, abilities, and personality. I have much to contribute to this world. I want myself to be the best person I can be, to grow and strengthen all my relationships at home, at work, and everywhere. I really enjoy and applaud myself to strive to be the best and achieving all these goals. That we should do this to ourselves and feel it. And he asks, how do we feel? Or he asks the audience, how do they feel by saying that to themselves? And everybody said that they felt so good that, oh, that they are this, they have value, they have a lot to contribute to the world, and they are unique, and then they want to strive to become the best at home, at work, and anywhere they are. And he said, turn to the one next to you and then say the same thing. So I would like it that we do the same exercise. I and Giovanni will do it here. I hope Tata Colon, Freya, Thomas, and beyond, they do the same thing. Take this word. I will share it since I've already written it. I'll share it in there, and then say it. Look into, read it till we really digest it to ourselves, and then I want to just make the analogy by saying it to Frère Roland, for example, that Frère Roland, you are unique, special, valuable. There's no one like you, Frère Roland, in this whole world. You are one of this kind, unique with your own talents, abilities, and a unique personality. You have so much to contribute to this world. I want you to be the best person that you can be, grow and strengthen all your relationships at home, at work, anywhere. And I applaud you to thrive and achieve the best of this goal. So,
Amen. I
Pharaoh,
receive.
how do
Amen.
you
I
feel
receive.
about
I
this?
receive. Amen. I receive.
Yeah, so Roland, you
No,
have to do that with people around you too.
Yeah, I will do that one. I will share that one to others. But okay, then can I add something quickly?
yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, then please, I think that a communication we should also keep the communication with a kind of weapon. But the way you don't know how to use it, you receive a negative effect of that one. The first contact in the communication, the first communication you have with the people is very, very, very important. They judge you based on that one. If that one went well, okay, they applaud you, it's good. But the moment you use it wrongly, that one people they keep you, even you make all effort to change, you appear, you stay the same person, people, the first understanding that came from you, that will remain forever. Then the environment is very important, and you also need to know the this the target group you want to talk into, what the kind of person they are, if the delinquency, you need to know who they are and know really the kind of language you choose to address to this person, this kind of person, then is very important. And reason why in churches you see that people where they want to communicate, they have the environment very important. In church you see that the person who want to communicate, the pastor, the priest, he's above to show his superiority. Then anything he talk to people are just captivate, and they don't have a time to really think the negative of this. They just swallow what he gave to them, they eat it. But other things I want to say is that you see the style of table. It depends of the society where the kind of people, the kind of meeting where you want to communicate. Like people, when they want everybody to share, to give the opinion, to make their opinion, they you see that it's a round table. Nobody know who's the leader in this case. Then we talk about the free flow communication. Then we talk about the all channel open. Then everybody can talk. Nobody's not the leader. But if you want to be the leader and you use a round table, and you are there yourself, you sit down there, and other people keep your leadership. You understand? Then they keep your leadership. In this case, if you want to do, it can be like a church, or you can be you style. The table might be in you, and the person who want to talk will be in the front, and the other will be in the you. Then you know the leader. It's a different style we have in the communication. Then I was doing it for a long time, but no more. Then what I want to share.
Thank you.
Thank you.